822.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from the palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
And a good Tuesday morning to you and yours on this October the 5th, 2021.
If you want to feel funky, feel free.
That's right. If you want to feel funky, feel free.
What day is it?
It is Tuesday, October the 5th.
Thank God it's Friday.
Well, you're jumping ahead of yourself. It's not Friday. It's only Tuesday. But I will tell you, it's 6:07. Mr. Clock, would you certify the time?
It's now 6:07 a.m.
6:07 a.m. and we are off and running at warp speed on a Tuesday morning. Woke up. The weather's gorgeous out. Wanted to just rip all my clothes off and run around naked outside. That's how nice it was.
And jump in the snowbank.
Man, I'm telling you.
Oh, no, we don't have any snowbanks.
No.
But it would be fun to see you do that sort of thing.
Oh, you know what? Just come on over. At 4 a.m. is when I leave. You can see that, partake in it, and do whatever. And we'll just have a good old dandy time right in front of the old 9 compound.
Evan 9 running nude around the Evan 9 household.
Sure. Why not? Weather's gorgeous. It's just a wonderful day. It's just a great day to be alive. That's all I gotta say.
I gotta say, I was outside of one of my favorite pizza places yesterday in Port St. Lucie, and I was just out there standing outside watching cars go by.
Oh,
and I was enjoying a glass of wine and just out there enjoying the day.
So you did some patio dining, as they say.
Yeah.
Outside. Okay.
And, and it was just, I noticed what a nice breeze there was out there yesterday with sun shining. It was just one of your ideal South Florida October days.
Definitely. So now, were you there alone partaking, or did you have Gary with you?
Just by myself right after work.
Sometimes that's a good thing to do. Just to kind of go by yourself, decompress. I will do that. I used to do before COVID hit. This is really weird. Okay. And I've talked about this before.
Okay.
I used to love to go to the mall and just go to Sbarro, buy 2 slices of pizza, a little side of pizza sauce, and a beverage, and sit down and spend 3 hours eating 2 slices of pizza.
Yeah.
Now, you probably wonder, 3 hours, that's a little long for 2 slices of pizza.
That is a little long, especially when that movie theater is right there.
Well, here's the reason
you could
why.
have been in there watching a movie.
I love to people watch.
Yeah.
I
know you
love to watch people just walk by and see where people are from. I like to analyze people.
Eye out kind of like what they're buying.
Yeah. Looking at like their bags they're carrying, wondering, wonder what's in that bag. Wonder what's in that bag. And things like that. And just analyze people. And even the teenagers, watching the teenagers hang out in their little cliques, so to speak.
Kind of like getting into their heads and into the teenagers' minds and the spirit of what's going on inside the little cliques.
Yep. And then also to watch the little children. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a stalker when I say this. Okay?
But sometimes they're the cutest.
But I love to watch the little kids play in the center of the food court, that food court area they have for little kids. But what I don't like is when the little kids are playing and the mom will not pay attention. They'll turn their backs and engage on their telephone or engage in talking to somebody else with their back to the child, or even walk off and go get a beverage or some sort at one of the vendors.
See, I would be afraid to do that.
That bothers me.
Somebody could grab that child, in a second.
Thank you. You just hit the nail on the head with the hammer. Or even the child could just wander away. And I've seen that happen right before my very eyes.
And the mom's heart would be racing out of her chest upon that happening. You could have a heart attack.
I literally got up from my seat eating pizza when a child wandered away because the mom wasn't paying attention. And I said, ma'am, excuse me, but do you realize that your child just wandered out of that area? She turns around and she looks, oh my God, where'd he go? I'm like, ma'am, he's right over there.
Oh man. Yeah.
And that just, that disturbed me.
Yeah, it is. It really is a little disturbing. Me being a stepmom, even when I would take the stepkids out to events around town, I, didn't dare, turn my back on them really for a second. They, I was responsible for getting them home safely and, back to we all as the parents.
Yeah.
And it could affect a lot of people. Boy, if that child went missing.
I wanted to rip that mom a new one, but I held back just because I didn't want the entire mall to hear me because it would not have been good. It just would not have been good. Let's just say that mom needs to take a parenting class.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. I don't know who she is. Don't care to know who she is. Don't want to know who she is.
Yeah, even when you walk outside of the mall, when you walk out with your bags and you're happy shopping, you got to keep your eye on your bags, your purse, your valuables, and an eye on yourself. You got to take a look around the mall area because I think we had way back when I think Sheriff Snyder might have had an interview with us too, where he was saying how even with a young girl wearing a ponytail. How, if that young girl could probably be grabbed by her ponytail.
Yep.
You got to be conscious and aware.
Well, my daughter says, because she's a police officer down in West Palm, she says it's a general rule, head on a swivel all the time. It's like radar, like a submarine with a periscope up. You want to have your head on a swivel, constantly looking left, and constantly looking to the right. Now, obviously, you can't have eyes in the back of your head unless you have a rear view mirror up in front of you.
And Evan, I'm sure you do it, and I do it too. Every time I drive up here in the morning, as soon as I get out of my vehicle, I'm looking around.
Yeah, same here in front.
Even though we're in a pattern, we're kind of like in a tunnel zone of it because we do it every day. We're used to coming but rest assured, I'm getting out of that vehicle realizing that anybody could be lurking.
Well, it's more so now for me.
Ready.
It's more so now for me here because of when my car got broken into a couple months ago here.
That was atrocious, man.
Yeah. So now we
that set you back some bucks too.
Oh, you don't even don't get me started on that one.
And it took a long time for your vehicle to come back.
Don't get me started on that one.
It?
That just was not good. It was not good.
Things take a process.
It was not good. Not good at all. But ever since then, now we park out front, and when I have like a set routine when I get out of my vehicle every morning when I pull in. It's just a way of life. Unfortunately, it's the bad guys. They do their thing, and that's just the way it is. It's like when you go to the mall, like you said, you got a ponytail. Who's to say that somebody comes up from behind and grabs your ponytail and pulls you back, and you go like this, and all your packages fly out of your hand, and then the robber takes your packages, and now you're out everything.
Or somebody pulling you into their vehicle.
Yeah.
Even I stopped for gas this morning, and I noticed, a couple of fellas, which is okay with me, and I like to be nice to people.
Right.
I don't want to walk around being rude and stiff upper lip to people.
Of course.
There's some fellas that stop at my local gas station in the morning who, kind of recognizing me now and kind of friendly, but even when I get out to pump my gas, I'm friendly.
Of course.
Rest assured, I'm watching.
Of course, as you should be. You're always friendly to people, just like I am as well. But there's always that but. You never know.
You just never know.
You never know. That's why you got to have your head on a swivel.
Maybe I watch the ID channel too often and, tend to, if you watch that ID channel with all of those murder mysteries, man, you just start to think, and the biggest thing is never talk to the police when they have you in custody. Always get a lawyer.
Yeah.
Always have that lawyer handy first.
Well, yeah. Don't speak
without a lawyer.
Yeah, without a lawyer. Have an attorney. Well, then again, I'm not an attorney, so who am I to give out advice?
I think I need a lawyer for this Lenny's Pick'em League because
you're not doing
a lawyer
too good
to get me out of this. I've never seen my rankings so poor in my entire life.
Can you look on there real quick and tell me where I am?
You know what? I bet I can find you, and you're doing so much better than I am. Let's see.
Look there. I'm going to look on my phone.
I'm down to like number 57.
Crap.
3 to the bottom of the pack.
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Bonnie.
Oh, Philadelphia Freedom. You know what? G is just a few ahead of me. He's not doing that much better.
Really?
Mr. G is like at number 53.
Okay.
So that really surprises me. Real Pat's Girl at number 44. We know him. Big Mike. I don't know if that's Big Mike that used to work here at number 41.
Wow.
Ray, my friend Thomas at number 39. The best out of all of us. Holy moly.
Are you serious?
WWE ring announcer / Mets PA guy at number 37.
Oh, Lord.
So you're kind of like right there. No, you're not in the middle of the pack. You're still in that lower range.
Okay.
But by golly, Evan, you're doing better than all of us.
I just looked at you. I'm like, wow, you're bottoming out.
I really...
Wow.
I am.
Bonnie, we need to get you off the ground.
But I even got 8 correct this week. I did pick the Chargers last night, too, over Las Vegas.
It says I'm in 37th of 59. My overall record is 29-19. I've got 29-19, 60 percentile, and I've got 7 points.
You're not doing the best, but you're not doing the worst either.
No.
You're kind of like in that even keel range. Who's at number 1? Keefan's
27. Yeah. Lady with a Fan, then Bounty Gate.
Do we know Lady with a Fan is a lady? Is it a lady or a guy? I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh, I love this name. Shake that wang da dang da doodle.
Shake that wang dang doodle, man.
That's a good one. Wow.
I love what some of these come up. What about Bob? I'm seeing in there too.
That's a good name. Hammer Nuts.
I know Hammer Nuts.
Do you really?
I do. I see him usually at the St. Lucie Draft House.
Oh, okay.
He comes to the events when we have our station events over there. We get, when we get together for some football.
Why does it say I haven't made all my picks when I have? Oh, I know why. That's because I never fill in the tiebreaker.
The tiebreakers.
Yeah.
You're complete. It'll say complete, I think, when you have those
I'm just putting numbers
tiebreakers
in
too.
There. All right. Now I got who will make the most points. Jeez.
And this season has just been unusual. It's like,
has it?
There's just been some, real big surprises in it, really. And especially with the Packers losing so hard like they did in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
But now in the last two, they've really recovered. And they're showing the world what Green Bay is all about again.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey, yesterday,
yeah,
I was paralyzed.
Why?
Like millions of others. Facebook.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, it was atrocious.
Yeah.
It was, I felt like, I didn't realize how much I relied on social media until yesterday. I was like, wow, I had no idea how much I was plugged into social media because of my business, especially.
Yeah.
I had clients that could not get a hold of me that were like in an uproar, but it wasn't my fault.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't realize that it was that intense.
I keep wondering if I could go a month or two without Facebook, or if I could go off Facebook completely.
My wife deleted her Facebook.
Yeah?
I was shocked.
How long ago did she do that?
And I didn't even know.
No.
She didn't even tell me.
Yeah.
She just was like, oh, by the way, I don't have Facebook
Usually
anymore.
That's the thing you tell your spouse.
I'm like,
I know.
What did you do? She goes, oh, I just deactivated it. And I'm like, why? She goes, I don't know. I don't use it that much.
Uh-huh.
She uses like more so Instagram.
Okay.
And I do Instagram also.
I'm not familiar with the Instagram.
Yeah.
I think that's more popular with the kids.
Well, I guess I'm a kid then.
You're a big kid at heart.
I use Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
But there was, in fact, I know you have that in your news coming up here at it is 6:21 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's a Tuesday morning. It's time for news. Let's go right to the news desk where Bonnie has the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. And as you said, you mentioned some families who rely on Facebook's platforms as a way to communicate with loved ones living overseas are grateful to see the app is back up and running. WPTV's Derek Lowe has the story on what happened yesterday.
While little is known about how this outage happened today, many families were using these platforms to rely, and they say that there is now a significant sense of relief now that they're back up and running. Inside Renato's in Josephine's Brick Oven Pizza and Cafe.
We've been talking for many years now since WhatsApp started. It was the best thing ever happened to us.
Josephina Myra uses WhatsApp to communicate with loved ones located across Europe every day. The app allows for international video and audio messaging free of charge.
I have some in Germany, some in Malta, Belgium, which is, Ireland. It's a mixture everywhere. We feel like we never left each other.
On Monday, that communication was cut off. Facebook and the companies it owns, Instagram and WhatsApp, shut down for hours. In the platform's history.
All the messages that I send her, now they all went through. And some already answer me, some not. Yeah, it's nice to have back.
Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp services were restored between 6 and 7 p.m.
I know Latinos, Hispanics, Europeans, Jamaicans. I have friends from Jamaica and Haiti. That's how we all communicate with our families. They all have WhatsApp. The only ones that is not familiar with the app, believe it or not, most are Americans.
And Facebook has yet to release a statement on what caused this global shortage that lasted roughly about 7 hours. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, though, did take to Twitter this afternoon, reminding residents that the social media outage is not a reason to call 911. Live in Port St. Lucie tonight, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
The Biden administration is reversing a ban on abortion referrals by federally funded family planning clinics. Monday's action by the Department of Health and Human Services lifts a Trump-era restriction as political and legal battles over abortion grow sharper from Texas to the U.S. Supreme Court. Groups representing the clinics say they hope the rule reversal leads to the return of some 1,300 service providers that left the program to protest the Trump administration's policy. HHS has estimated that the upheaval led to as many as 180,000 unintended pregnancies. The clinics provide birth control and basic health care mainly to low-income women. The city is moving forward with a mobility fee despite the county threatening to sue because the law was approved without its consent. The two local governments are in the midst of resolving the conflict. Port St. Lucie City Council unanimously approved the law Monday, just 2 weeks after the St. Lucie County Commission gave the green light to file a lawsuit. As of Monday, the county has not yet filed a lawsuit against the city, according to court records. The mobility fee, a concept recommended by Port St. Lucie's Budget Advisory Committee more than a year ago, will go into effect Tuesday and require would-be developers pay a fee to lessen transportation impacts. The mobility fee will replace the city's impact fees. Now, rather than the city building roads with impact fees collected from developers, the mobility fee can be spent on things as additional turn lanes, sidewalks, and bike lanes, according to city manager Russ Blackburn. Port St. Lucie claims that lessening traffic impacts from new development extends beyond city roads to some county roads and even state roads. However, inclusion of roads that aren't within the city's jurisdiction in a mobility plan is the main reason why the county may sue Port St. Lucie. While the two jurisdictions argue over the best course of action, the next step is a joint meeting between the Port St. Lucie City Council and the St. Lucie County Commission, tentatively set for November 18. Since 1979, a volunteer ambulance service has been helping seniors on the Treasure Coast and those without a ride and in need of medical help. But the service is running out of gas and now needs the community's help. WPTV's Ryan Hughes with the story.
It's been a staple in Port St. Lucie.
This is our striker where we transport patients to and from their house or hospital.
For more than 4 decades, the Port St. Lucie Volunteer Ambulance Service has been helping people being discharged from the hospital or driving them to a doctor's appointment if they didn't have a ride. But this rig has been sitting parked inside headquarters for the past 2 months.
I miss my patients.
Jasmine Santos is a volunteer driver, unable to help her patients because the service is running out of money.
It would be devastating to them because financially you can't. Some of the other services in the area charge a lot of money.
But this ambulance service is free, run by volunteers, and operates solely off of donations. Since COVID, patients have been using the service even more, but those donations have come to a screeching halt.
If we do not get support within the next month, we're done. The service is going to be closing.
Now, Chief Tina Vasquez is pleading for the public's help to keep the service that's been a lifeline for so many in this community running and to prevent these doors from closing for good.
Without us to help those that need us the most, they're going to be lost. And unfortunately, they're going to be not able to get to where they need to go. And if they do get there, it's going to be in a way that they can't afford.
The chief says the volunteer ambulance service needs about $50,000 to survive through the end of the year. If you would like to help donate, we put more information on our website, WPTV.com. In Port St. Lucie, Ryan Hughes, WPTV.
Well, lastly, Jensen Beach Park has reopened after a shark bit and injured a man in the water Sunday. More than a dozen people were at the beach and several were in the ocean Monday morning. The entire beach is open to the public, stated Martin County spokeswoman Martha Ann Canese. The beach closed Sunday after a person was bitten by a shark around noon. Martin County Fire Rescue responded to the beach Sunday and took the person to a local hospital. Fire Rescue Bureau Chief Brian Reagan said no other information about the person who was bitten or the extent of his or her injuries was available on Monday. In our NFL action, the Los Angeles Chargers topped the Las Vegas Raiders 28-14 last night. Our news time 6:29. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
It is 6:29 on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie, how's it looking outside this morning?
Good, Evan, good. No accidents to report. That's what we're seeing. And U.S. Highway 1 moving along quite smoothly here. Everything up to speed on our major roadways. And that's your latest look at traffic. In Port St. Lucie, we have 70 this morning. In Tarrytown, New York, it's cloudy and 57. Here's our weather from WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the upper 60s to low 70s with a few passing clouds. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s, heat index values reaching the mid-90s. We'll see mostly sunny skies throughout the day with a 30% chance for a few passing showers, mainly inland. Tomorrow through the end of the work week, more moisture moves in and rain chances go up. Morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Highs in the upper 80s with heat index values reaching the mid to upper 90s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
It is 6:33 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie, and it's time for one of our favorite segments called Viral Videos. So I found this one kind of is personal because it's about Disney. Because I just, I love Disney. Yesterday I was on the phone for an hour with a Disney rep.
Were you really now?
Trying to figure out a way that I could afford to go to Disney World.
I know, right? Because you said the season passes are pretty
ridiculous.
Astronomical compared to like
$700 for 1 year.
So the SeaWorld passes, which I have friends with those,
$300 for a year.
A little bit more reasonable, where the Disney ones are a little bit more insane.
A one-day ticket, Bonnie, to Disney. A one-day park hopper ticket. 1 day.
1 day now.
$149.
If I want to go a day.
$179.
Holy mackerel.
$179 for 1 day.
For 1 day.
For park hopping. $149 for one park. Now, if you want to go to their updated Christmas event that happens at night,
which I bet is beautiful.
It's over $200 per ticket.
Oh man! And that's for one day. $200 for one day.
You can't get into the park till 7:00 at night.
And then
till 1 a.m.
If I were paying that kind of money, it would make me anxious about it.
Yeah.
Am I seeing everything I want to see in this one day?
Yeah.
Or am I missing something, missing some action? Am I waiting too long for their events or their rides?
So the rep says to me, he says, well, all you have to do is go 4 to 5 times and you get your money's worth. At $150 a ticket for a one-day ticket.
But if we live, we're not the closest to Orlando, yet we're within driving range.
It's an hour and a half drive. But it's not too bad.
I mean, who is really, when we work so hard and people working full time in families, going there 7 times?
I can't justify spending $700 for a yearly pass. I may splurge just to go to the Magic Kingdom for one day with Rach. And I may, I've got a couple of dollars saved up in the safe in cash from tips I've gotten from events that I've done. So I may just buy a one-day ticket for one park just so I can get my Disney fix.
Is Epcot Center involved with that, or is Epcot, are you paying a whole separate thing?
If you want to go to Epcot, you still pay, it's a one park ticket. You still pay the same fee, or you can pay the park hopper fee, and you can go from park to park to park.
Oh, so
in one
Epcot
day.
Is a part of Disney then?
Yeah, yes.
It is.
Yes, you have Epcot, you have Hollywood Studios, you have the Magic Kingdom, and you have Animal Kingdom. Those are the 4 main parks.
Oh, because Epcot and Animal Kingdom are probably the ones I would want to go to.
So if you want to bounce between both parks, you would pay $179 for a park hopper for one day.
For one park, $149.
Yep, $149.
Kind of pricey.
Yeah, it is.
We're going to do the SeaWorld thing, and I know in that one day I might want to venture across the street to go to that Aquatica.
Oh, we did that. Rachel and I did that.
Good water slides.
You can buy a ticket for both of them.
Okay.
And it's very reasonable. It's very SeaWorld tickets are very reasonable.
More reasonable, right?
Yes.
Are they good
reasonable.
water slides though?
Oh,
like nice
it's a
and
lot
high
of fun.
in the sky
kind
of water
fun.
slides?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Aquatic is great.
Oh yeah.
A Disney princess says married men would give her their hotel room keys. Yes, a TikToker who is a former Disney worker posted videos of weird things that happened when she played various characters in Disney World.
Doesn't surprise me.
The most disturbing, Bonnie, the most disturbing.
I bet it's not even going to surprise me.
When she was dressed as Tinkerbell and a married man would hand her the keys to his hotel room.
And I'm sure she was looking like a little bit sexy little Tinkerbell.
And here's a video of her, and this is her talking. Listen.
This is a unique question because I feel like if dudes are going to be creeps and hit on you, they're going to hit on you whether or not you're a character or not. But there were many moments, especially as Tinkerbell, when I had married men, hand me keys to their hotel room and tell me where they were staying.
How about that?
Evan, it doesn't surprise, as sad as it is, it doesn't surprise me because with the millions of people from around the world that come through there, it's bound to happen. Unfortunately, it's an unfortunate thing.
It really is.
It's
terrible.
Do they have like a good security around like those Disney characters?
They do.
Have you noticed in the past?
It's funny you mentioned that because there's also a former Disney princess who reveals the diversionary tactics that she used to dodge inappropriate advances. Okay, so listen to this.
I was always caught really off guard when people would do this. So usually if I was having an issue, I would divert them to my character attendant because no is not in your vocabulary. You have to find ways around no. Like, Tinkerbell, can you fly for us? Well, Fairy Mary wouldn't like it because then I wouldn't have enough pixie dust to get back to the mainland. Usually divert the attention to the character attendant and they will take care of the creepy dads for you.
So they're called character attendants.
Okay.
And they always have somebody standing by if there's a problem. All the time.
It might be I could be one of those. Might be kind of an interesting job being a character attendant. I always thought about being one of those Disney characters too. Of course,
you would be a great Minnie Mouse. You're the perfect size. You're the perfect size for Minnie Mouse.
For Minnie Mouse.
Yes.
Really? I'm average height though, I think.
Well,
5
Minnie
foot
Mouse,
3.
that's about the size of Minnie Mouse.
Isn't Minnie Mouse about 3 feet?
No,
or a little bit shorter than that?
No, that's the dwarfs.
Oh yeah,
the dwarfs are tiny.
Okay,
the dwarfs are tiny.
You would get hot inside of one of those.
Well, they only
costumes.
bring you out, like you're out for a set time, and then you go backstage, then you're out, and then you go backstage.
Yeah, I wonder how many men would hit on me if I dressed up as Minnie Mouse.
God, I don't know how many hotel room keys you could collect in the course of a day. Jeez.
Minnie Mouse, what you look like in there, Minnie Mouse?
There's a gator that snatched a little boy's fish and his fishing pole recently, and it all got captured on video.
Oh my goodness!
Oh yeah.
Was Dad or Mom standing by?
Sure were. This happened in the Palm Coast area in Florida,
which I think is way further up north,
Yep.
right?
North
Coast.
7-year-old boy was reeling in a bass that he caught while fishing with his dad behind their house. And when out of nowhere, a gator darted from the water to grab the fish and the boy's fishing pole.
Oh, how close did that gator come to the boy?
Here you go. Look.
You got it, buddy.
Look at this. Watch. He's got the fish. He's reeling in the fish. Doing a good job. He's struggling.
What a pretty lake, though.
Right? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sunset.
Yep, that sun just,
It's all right, buddy. Keep going.
He goes, Dad, I'm getting tired.
You got it.
And then look. There's the fish on the top of the water. He's reeling it. Look how close this little boy is to the water. There's the fish, and there's the gator. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Why is
everything lock, stock, and barrel?
Dad's just sitting there going, oh my God, he should have been down there grabbing his kid.
Thank you very much, Bonnie. Thank you for saying that.
I mean,
the guy is fascinated.
His reaction seemed a little slow, no? Just
a little weak.
Yeah, you're right.
A little weak, to say the least.
We were afraid the gator would grab the boy. And it came awfully close to the boy.
He was more fascinated by the gator taking the fish than for the safety of his child.
Now, if that would have been Mom, Mom would have been running her little buns down to that water and grabbing that child.
In a heartbeat. That was just...
And that gator looked like it was a really good sized gator.
It was at least 6 feet.
Meaty, muscular. I'd say over 6 feet too, Evan. That was a good size one.
Man, I mean, all he cared about was filming and videotaping. The child ran, which was smart, but all he cared about was filming the gator eating the stupid fish.
With an oh my
God. You heard him go, oh my, and the kid goes, gosh. And then Dad goes, gosh.
That reminds me of when I was with my Dalmatian dog up at that little lake that's across the street from the post office on Veterans Memorial Parkway. There's that lake across the street there. Used to take my dog to walk around there, and we had been down by the lake. It was morning too, and we were really close to the shoreline with the dog, and all of a sudden we hear a dive, and we see a dive in the water. It had been a tiny gator that we didn't even see. It was like weird, Evan. It was like camouflaged on the shoreline. And we couldn't even see it and the dog looks up and sees it too, and we both see it dive in, and then I was able to hold Deva back from.
We have a pond over where we live, and every now and then we'll drive around it and we'll notice there's a gator in the pond. Rachel loves looking for gators.
I like that. She likes that. I like it too.
Fascinated.
I am too.
She's infatuated.
Yeah.
With crap like that, and that just like why
she likes to get out and see some wildlife, right?
I mean, she's married to me. That's about as wildlife as you're going to get. I mean, if you're infatuated looking for a gator, for gosh sakes, I'll go buy a damn gator costume for Halloween and prance around the house if you want to see a gator.
Do you see that gator out sunning where you live?
I don't notice because I don't go looking. I don't want to have nothing to do with any stupid alligator. No, absolutely not.
If I knew one was lurking, I would go drive by there and try and see it too once in a while. Yeah.
You're pretty damn brave.
Fascinated by that stuff also.
No,
any
absolutely.
kind of wildlife and critters, and I think it's kind of cool.
Absolutely not. Just no, it's not for me. Anyway, 6:45 is your time right now on the Get Up and Go show. With Ed and Bonnie, it's time for news. It's all brought to you this time by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. For the best deals in town on any type of precious metals, it's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie is standing by with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Some families who rely on Facebook's platforms as a way to communicate with loved ones living overseas are grateful to see the app is back up and running. WPTV's Derek Lowe with the story.
While little is known about how this outage happened today, many families were using these platforms to rely, and they say that there is now a significant sense of relief now that they're back up and running. Inside Renato's in Josephine's Brick Oven Pizza and Cafe.
We've been talking for many years now since WhatsApp started. It was the best thing ever happened to us.
Josephina Myra uses WhatsApp to communicate with loved ones located across Europe every day. The app allows for international video and audio messaging free of charge.
I have some in Germany, some in Malta, Belgium, which is Ireland. It's a mixture everywhere. It's actually a lot of fun because we feel like we never left each other.
On Monday, that communication was cut off. Facebook and the companies it owns, Instagram and WhatsApp, shut down for hours. It's the longest outage in the platform's history.
All the messages that I sent early, I can see now they all went through. And some already answer me, some not. Yeah, it's nice to have back.
Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp services were restored between 6 and 7 p.m.
I know Latinos, Hispanics, Europeans, Jamaicans. I have friends from Jamaica and Haiti. That's how we all communicate with our families. They all have WhatsApp. The only ones that is not familiar with the app, believe it or not, most are Americans.
And Facebook has yet to release a statement on what caused this global shortage that lasted roughly about 7 hours. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, though, did take to Twitter this afternoon, reminding residents that the social media outage is not a reason to call 911. Live in Port St. Lucie tonight, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
A surprising announcement from the governor. His wife is battling a serious health issue. Rory O'Neill reports.
Governor DeSantis putting out a statement saying that he is saddened to report that his wife Casey has been diagnosed with breast cancer. A mother of three, the governor called his wife the centerpiece of their family, who is now facing the most difficult test of her life. Details about the treatments Mrs. DeSantis may undergo have not been disclosed. The governor called his wife a true fighter who will never, never, never give up. I'm Rory O'Neill.
A foundation set up in Gabby Petito's honor is up and running. Her parents established the foundation to raise money to help families of missing children. Gabby disappeared and was later found dead after going on a cross-country trip with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie of Northport. He remains missing. The number of Floridians receiving coronavirus shots climbed more slowly in the past week than at any time since late December. An analysis of state data shows the state added just 85,026 more residents to Florida's COVID-19 inoculation count in the past 7 days. A health department report published Friday says that's the smallest increase since December 28th, the second week of statewide coronavirus immunization reporting. In total, 13,621,499 Florida residents have gotten at least one vaccine dose, covering 71% of the eligible population ages 12 and older, state health officials reported. The investigation continues into this past weekend's violent triple homicide in Polk County. Sheriff Grady Judd says that after Sean Runyon got into an argument with his supervisor, Kevin Lanous, at a job site Friday, he attacked him the next day with a baseball bat.
Kevin was hit so hard and so many times that, thank God, he wasn't aware of what was occurring to him.
Judd says Lanús and the two other victims, all from out of state, were good men just here to do a job to support their families and children. There is another delay in the battery trial of the confessed Marjorie Stoneman Douglas high shooter. Broward County Judge Elizabeth Shearer said preliminary questioning of potential jurors would be postponed from yesterday until today and tomorrow. And lastly, Port Canaveral is back. That's what CEO John Murray said, as he predicted the port will generate almost $100 million in revenue over the next 12 months. Murray said Port Canaveral had 16 straight months of losses before cruises resumed sailing at the end of July. Luis Roja was let go as manager of the New York Mets on Monday after 2 losing seasons. The team declined its option as Roja contract for 2022, making the announcement a day after finishing third in the NL East at 77-85 in Steve Cohen's first year of ownership. The move was no surprise, the first of several significant changes coming again this offseason. Our news time is 6:50, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
6:52 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie, how's it looking outside so far?
Everything so far so good. On this Tuesday, we're cruising right along here. US 1, Martin and St. Lucie County, expect a good ride. The major highways, nice and clear at the moment. If you see something, say something, tell us, let us know at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. It's a clear sky in Stewart this morning, a nice 73. In Pearl City, Hawaii, it's 75. Here's our weather from WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the upper 60s to low 70s with a few passing clouds. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s, heat index values reaching the mid-90s. We'll see mostly sunny skies throughout the day with a 30% chance for a few passing showers, mainly inland. Tomorrow through the end of the work week, more moisture moves in and rain chances go up. Morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Highs in the upper 80s with heat index values reaching the mid to upper 90s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
It is 6:58 on the Get Up and Go show. And Bonnie, we just found out that our friend over in England, he's in jail. Facebook jail.
Oh, okay. Evan, you had me scared for a moment.
Yeah, they put him in Facebook jail, and this is his 7th or 8th time in Facebook jail.
Well, I wonder what he commented
well,
on.
I don't know, but
said.
He's pretty straightforward, and he's a very outspoken young man. And
he really is.
Yeah, he speaks his piece. Let me tell you. And if he don't like something, he's going to tell you.
Well, we're glad to know he's not really in jail, but Facebook jail.
7 days of no Facebook.
So he can't be on there. He's literally locked out.
He's locked out. Can't post.
Yeah.
You know, he's private messaging me on Facebook, but that's about all he can do.
You won't see any public messages from Mark.
No, nothing like that. They've silenced him. They put a muzzle on him for 7 days.
Wow. What's he going to do?
I don't know.
How is he going to get by?
Spend more time with his beautiful wife that they just celebrated an anniversary with.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Amazing. A very lovely couple.
Definitely. Beautiful family. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next in hour number 2 for me and you on the way.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Madam Announcer. October the 5th, 2021. It's a Tuesday.
Come here, we need to talk. I've got to tell you something.
All right, come on over here and have a seat on my virtual couch, and we will talk.
How'd we become so dull and pathetic?
I don't know. You tell me.
Today is a very special day.
It is a very special day because Bonnie and I are, well, we're on the radio. And it's 7:07. Mr. Clock, would you certify the time, please?
It's now 7:07 a.m.
7:07 a.m. and any day is a special day that we get to wake up vertical and be on the radio and coming to you in your ear, nice and loud and clear, right, Bonnie?
Well, we're hopefully that we're clear and that our enunciation is impressive and you can understand what we're saying.
Yes, I graduated school. I made it through 5th grade. That's about it. Never went to 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I have a 5th grade education. That's it.
Oh, is that so?
I'm not doing too bad, am I?
No, I guess not.
No, I can educate real good.
So what did your parents do to let you out of school at such an early age and to wander off into the world?
I don't know. I have no idea what they were. I don't know. I just graduated high school last week. I just got my diploma.
You know, I was thinking about that yesterday while I was driving. I'm thinking, what if you're born into this life and you could graduate in 6th grade?
Oh,
and
man.
If you were mature enough to be let off in the world, unleashed.
I have one word for that. You know what that is?
What's that?
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Extremely dangerous.
I would say so.
What do you got for me for birthdays and anniversaries?
Well, I guess happy early birthday to Topanga, my lovely stepdaughter.
Yay!
She's having a birthday on Thursday, and she's turning 16.
Wow! Can we make that phone call Thursday? Can you look into that for me ahead of time?
Yeah, I'll text her tonight to see if it would be okay.
Is she up at this time? It's 7:09 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you do the honors and please would you text Topanga?
We talked to her last year.
We sure did.
Yeah.
We sure did.
If she would like to talk.
I would love to have her on and wish her a happy birthday.
I could text her.
Yeah.
I'll text her and see.
All right. Find out if we won't give her number out, but find out if we can give her a call on Thursday. And we'll even have the band play happy birthday to her.
All right. I'll let her know that.
Right. Let her know. Give her fair warning. So we got Topanga, going to be 16. Sweet 16. And
do you remember your sweet 16?
Oh, no.
Do you remember?
No, I gave my daughter a sweet 16 party.
Yeah.
And then the twin just tagged along. But there was a lot of chutzpah, though. I will say that much.
You know, I was thinking about this losing sleep over it the other night.
Okay.
Are the twins born to Rachel? Is Rachel's the mom of the twins?
No. Rachel is mom to Gavin.
Gavin, I thought so.
Right.
Because I remember you talking about the twins when Rachel came along and then she babysat for the twins once or twice.
Yeah, Darren, Dylan, and Haley belong to somebody else.
I see. Okay.
Next subject, please.
I was wrapping my little head around. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought Rachel was Gavin's mom.
No. Yes. True. I don't mean to confuse you.
And
I apologize.
She looks like her. She looks like Gavin.
Well, yeah, they do look alike.
Very similar,
I
right?
mean, pretty much Rachel is mom to my other kids because she pretty much played a integral part.
And grandmom to little Ashton.
Yeah.
Grandmom too.
Yeah, she played an integral part in raising my other 3 kids.
Right.
When she met me, I had custody of the twins and Darren. They were like, I think 4 and 6 or 5 and 7. I don't remember, raising them as a single dad. And then Rachel came into my life at 21 years old. And I'm like, what does a 21-year-old want with a 37-year-old with 3 kids?
She had to have a maturity level, though, to be able to stay with you when you have little bitty ones.
That or she wasn't right in her mind.
That or
one of the two.
But because if she didn't have that maturity, she would have been out the door, right?
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, the average 21-year-old dating a 37-year-old guy that has custody of his kids, the average 21-year-old usually wants to go out and party and do things and stuff like that. So I got very lucky.
Because love is love. If you're in love, that's fine. But you got to always put your little kids first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My kids came for anything.
Yeah.
And they still do.
And now you're like one big, nice combined happy
we're
family.
A happy blended family. Yeah.
That's perfect.
With just Gavin left at home, and that's it.
That's kind of like us.
Yeah.
We're blended too.
Yeah. Except you have no kids at home, though. Only when they come and visit.
Which they do quite often.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
Jacob Tremblay is 16 years old today. That's Pixar's Luca in Flounder in The Next Little Mermaid. Oh my gosh. I just realized my leg is scratched.
Oh, I thought you were picking a tick off your leg. Freaked me out.
No. Tick. I took my flea and tick bath last night. Thank you very much. Rachel bathed me in flea and tick shampoo. No, but I realized now I have these scratches on the back of my leg.
Yeah.
And I now know where they came from. And I couldn't understand. On my chair at home, the leather cracked, and it's very it's like a sharp leather, and it's been scratching me.
Yeah, that can get sharp.
And I just looked at the back of my leg, and I have these like scratches.
Time
back
for
here.
a new chair, Evan.
Yeah, time. I'm going to Office Max later. Let me see. Jesse Eisenberg, 38 years old. The Social Network.
Oh yeah, the actor from Social Network.
Mm-hmm. Nikki Hilton, Rick Hilton's daughter. Rick Hilton is the Empire guy that leaves the Hilton Empire, all the Hilton hotels.
Yep, and Nikki is the little bit older sister than Paris, if I'm correct. Maybe a little bit older, maybe less out of the limelight. Mm-hmm. Pretty, though.
Yep, attractive.
Attractive. I kind of admire her.
Jesse Palmer is 43. That's your new host of The Bachelor.
I can't imagine watching The Bachelor without Chris Harrison hosting it, probably because Harrison has always hosted it.
Yeah.
And I think this Palmer guy, he's like a former NFL player.
Sure is. Used to be with the Giants, as a matter of fact. Right you are there, young Skywalker.
I might have to watch it just, to see him and see, kind of root for him and see
if he's
how
going
he
to throw
does.
a touchdown.
Yeah.
Kate Winslet, 46 years old today. You loved her in Titanic.
She's a great actress.
Yes.
She's really
very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Parminder Nagra is 46. That's Dr. Neela Rasgatra. On ER.
Don't know her.
Neither do I.
Just never watched ER. Mm-hmm. I know it's very popular. Didn't George Clooney start on that once upon a time?
I think so. I'm not sure. Don't correct me on that.
Pretty sure.
Josie Bissett is 51. That's Jane Andrews on Melrose Place. Guy Pearce is 54. That's Richard Ryan on Mayor of Easttown.
Oh, that is Mayor of Easttown. Now that stars Kate Winslet.
Yes.
Plays Mayor. She is Mayor of Easttown, I believe.
Mario Lemieux.
Race car driver?
Hockey legend.
Oh my gosh.
Hockey legend.
How dare me say.
That's all right.
He sounds like a race car driver.
You took a stab at it. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I thought Lemieux was, I always thought he was like.
I just have to do this to you.
I always thought he did NASCAR.
No.
I mean,
no, you're thinking of Mario Andretti. Possibly.
Right.
But I don't know how you get Andretti and Lemieux.
I think you're right. I think I'm getting them confused.
That's all right. No big deal. No big deal. Dave Detterer is 57. Presidents of the United States. Biggest hits. Lump, Kitty, and Peaches.
Lump, Kitty, and Peaches.
Sounds like a cocktail. I'll have a Lump, Kitty, and Peaches, please, on the rocks.
It sounds kind of good, actually. Yeah. Maybe just take the lump out of it, though.
Yeah, and just have a kitty and Peaches. Daniel Baldwin is 61. That's the burliest of the Baldwin
Burliest?
Brothers. Yes, that's the burliest of the Baldwin brothers. Listen, I'm just reading it as it's in front of me, Bonnie.
But they all have pretty
burly.
They all have pretty eyes, right?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't look into his eyes.
Because I met Stephen Baldwin.
Mm-hmm.
He was over here in Palm City at a broadcast that I was at.
Oh, okay.
And for like a grand opening of a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really nice, friendly,
I would hope so.
Yeah. And
better be nice.
Then I gazed into his eyes.
Oh boy, here we go. Wait a minute. Hold on. I got to find the right music. If you're gonna tell a story, I got to find the right music. Hold on.
No, I think I just might have said something nice to him on the microphone.
Oh.
But I I kept my distance and didn't hang around him too much because I wanted to give him his space.
You gazed into his eyes. You looked at him.
Hey, you know what? And to think of it, when I met Stephen Baldwin, I had another touch of greatness because his daughter is married to the young, attractive singer Haley Baldwin.
Oh, yeah.
Is married to, what's his name?
I couldn't tell you. Never heard of a what's his name before.
He's big. Haley Baldwin. Why can't I remember?
Alec Baldwin? I don't know. No. I don't know.
Justin Bieber.
Oh, there we go. Hello.
So meeting him, I guess, was another touch with greatness because Stephen being Justin Bieber's father-in-law.
Oh, okay.
He's the Bieb's father-in-law.
All right, so you had a brush with the Bieb.
Well, no, actually.
Indirectly.
Actually, with Stephen Baldwin before he probably even met the Bieb.
There you go. Clive.
But still. You know.
Baby. All right. Clive Barker is 69 years old today. That's the horror author and film director, most famous for Hellraiser. Sir Bob Geldof, 70 years old today. Sir Bob Geldof.
Yeah, and he organized some huge events.
Oh, yeah. He did organize Live Aid.
Live Aid, right.
And Live 8.
Uh-huh.
Also as well.
Yep. Big event organizer.
Yep. Karen Allen, 70 years old today. That's Marion Ravenwood on Raiders of the Lost Ark. The lead screamer from AC/DC, Brian Johnson, 74 years old today. Their hits included Highway to Hell, Back in Black, TNT, You Shook Me All Night Long.
Yep.
Thunderstruck,
I think, was my favorite.
Good song.
Yeah.
Hell's Bells, Who Made Who, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Yeah, we all grew up singing those, didn't we?
Yeah.
They take me back to having bonfires out on Lake Superior where I grew up and having the bonfire going and the boombox blasting out AC/DC.
What a great opportunity. All you got to do is scream. You don't even have to sing. You just scream like he does and you're good to go.
Hey, it worked.
It does.
And most of the songs, those 4 and 5 letter words, one syllable, Back in Black, I hit the sack.
Yeah.
I bet I am glad to be back.
Exactly. Telling you.
You shook me
all night
long.
Yeah. Man, oh man, oh man.
Simple, but so amazingly, they reached millions.
Yeah, they did. They really did.
Millions of copies.
Probably billions, I'm sure. Steve Miller, the Joker, Fly Like an Eagle, Abracadabra, 78 years old today. Good old Steve Miller.
Oh, yeah. Listen to some Steve Miller back in the day, too.
Today, October the 5th, is National Do Something Nice Day. So when you're out and about today, do something nice. Pay for somebody's lunch that's in front of you in the drive-thru.
Yep.
Or actually behind you.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be in front.
Going out to Tradition, doing some shopping later. Maybe we'll have to do something nice for somebody, maybe through the Culver's drive-thru or something.
Mark Hales just messaged us on Facebook because he's in jail and he can't comment on our feed. I feel bad for the guy.
What did he
Maybe
say?
I'll send him some bread and water while he's in Facebook jail.
What's he having to say?
He met that he wrote that he met Brian Johnson at the Santa Pod drag strip when he was drag racing motorcycles. He was making a TV series about fast cars. Do you know who Brian Johnson is?
Lead singer of AC/DC.
Oh, that's right. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, I just had a moment. Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, I just zoned out. I zoned out. I'll take the brunt of that. Okay. National Do Something Nice Day. It's also World Teachers Day.
Teacher.
Yes, make sure appreciate your teacher. It's National Be Nice Day as well. So commit to walking in the light of positivity all day long. It's National Get Funky Like a Monkey Day.
Funky like a monkey.
Get funky like a monkey. That's actually Dusty Rhodes used to use that expression all the time.
Who's Dusty Rhodes?
Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. A very, very,
I know
very
that name.
popular wrestler.
Oh, of course,
who
I
passed
should
away.
know Dusty Rhodes.
Yes, the American Dream.
Was
Dusty
he
Rhodes.
related to Randy Rhodes?
No. That's it's funny you say that because Rockin' Randy Rhodes is the retired pro wrestler who is now a wrestling coach who we're going to be interviewing next week on the program about that wrestling show.
Oh, right.
That's going to benefit a charity in West Palm.
Is that his name, Randy Rhodes?
Name is Randy
We're
Rhodes.
going to be interviewing?
Yes, not
All
the
right.
Randy Rhodes from radio. The woman. This is a guy.
Or I'm thinking of Randy Rhoads. Am I getting it right, from Ozzy Osbourne days and Crazy Train?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Wasn't a big
guitar
fan of,
player.
I'm not sure if it was Randy Rhoads. I'm not a big fan of
How many Randy Rhoads are there?
There's there's hundreds of them all over the place.
I guess so. That's
so along with
pretty
National Get
popular
Funky
name.
Like a Monkey Day, it's National Kiss a Professional Wrestler Day. That's right. So go find a professional wrestler and give him a big smooch on the cheek.
If I can find a wrestler,
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll bring one. Maybe I'll just have Randy come in studio.
Oh, that would be.
That day.
Did he wrestle back in the day too?
Used to.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he used to wrestle.
It would be fun to have him here.
I heard Mark Hales used to be a professional wrestler.
Did he now?
Yeah, but he used to wear a mask,
And
so
a-
nobody would know who he was.
And a motorcycle racer as well.
Racer who met famous people that used to sing in the AC/DC.
He might have hung around with Evel Knievel.
Possibly. Who knows? Anything's possible. It is 7:22 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news, so let's scoot right over to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. The trial of the suspect in the 2018 Parkland school massacre for fighting a jail guard was delayed Monday because his lead lawyer on the case has been hospitalized. Broward County Judge Elizabeth Schur ruled that jury selection in Nicholas Cruz's trial on jail battery charges will now begin today, and testimony will begin October 18, a week later than scheduled. Cruz's primary public defender, David Wheeler, has been hospitalized since last week with an undisclosed illness and will likely need several weeks to recover, according to court documents and courtroom discussion. Cruz is charged with attacking Broward Sheriff's Office Sergeant Raymond Beltran in November 2018, 9 months after authorities said he killed 14 students and 3 staff members at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. The number of patients hospitalized with COVID-19 in Cleveland Clinic hospitals on the Treasure Coast continues to decline, with amounts dipping to levels experienced in early July, according to a top official Monday. On Monday, there were 59 total COVID patients at 3 of the 4 Cleveland Clinic hospitals on the Treasure Coast. Dr. Richard Rothman, Institute Chair for Hospital Medicine for Cleveland Clinic, Florida region, stated in an email. That's down from 148 on September 20 and 220 on September 8th. Beaches and harbors are closed as cleanup continues after an oil spill off the coast of Southern California, but the full damages might not be known for weeks. Houston-based Amplify Energy notified the Coast Guard of the spill Saturday morning after employees noticed an oily sheen in the water. The 126,000-gallon spill occurred about 5 miles off Huntington Beach in Orange County. The oil slick is drifting south and stretches from Huntington Beach to Laguna Beach, according to the U.S. Coast Guard. Jensen Beach Park has reopened after a shark bit and injured a man in the water on Sunday. More than a dozen people were at the beach and several were in the ocean Monday morning. The entire beach is open to the public, stated Martin County spokeswoman Martha Ann Canese. The beach closed Sunday after a person was bitten by a shark around noon. Martin County Fire Rescue responded to the beach Sunday and took the person to a local hospital. Fire Rescue Bureau Chief Brian Reagan said no other information about the person who was bitten or the extent of his or her injuries was available Monday. Since 1979, a volunteer ambulance service has been helping seniors on the Treasure Coast and those without a ride in need of medical help, but the service is running out of gas and now needs the community's help. WPTV's Ryan Hughes with the story.
It's been a staple in Port St. Lucie.
This is our striker where we transport patients to and from their house or hospital.
For more than 4 decades, the Port St. Lucie Volunteer Ambulance Service has been helping people being discharged from the hospital or driving them to a doctor's appointment if they didn't have a ride. But this rig has been sitting parked inside headquarters for the past 2 months.
I miss my patients.
Jasmine Santos is a volunteer driver, unable to help her patients because the service is running out of money.
It would be devastating to them because financially you can't. Some of the other services in the area charge a lot of money.
But this ambulance service is free, run by volunteers, and operates solely off of donations. Since COVID, patients have been using the service even more, but those donations have come to a screeching halt.
If we do not get support within the next month, we're done. The service is going to be closing.
Now, Chief Tina Vasquez is pleading for the public's help to keep the service that's been a lifeline for so many in this community running and to prevent these doors from closing for good.
Without us to help those that need us the most, they're going to be lost. And unfortunately, they're going to be not able to get to where they need to go. And if they do get there, it's going to be in a way that they can't afford.
The chief says the volunteer ambulance service needs about $50,000 to survive. If you would like to help donate, we put more information on our website, WPTV.com. In Port St. Lucie, Ryan Hughes, WPTV.
A surprising announcement from the governor. His wife is battling a serious health issue. Rory O'Neill reports.
Governor DeSantis putting out a statement saying that he is saddened to report that his wife Casey has been diagnosed with breast cancer. A mother of three, the governor called his wife the centerpiece of their family, who is now facing the most difficult test of her life. Details about the treatments Mrs. DeSantis may undergo have not been disclosed. The governor called his wife a true fighter who will never, never, never give up. I'm Rory O'Neill.
And lastly, David Lee Roth announced he will be retiring from music. The former lead singer of rock band Van Halen, age 66, revealed the news in a Las Vegas Review-Journal article Friday. Roth stated his 5 upcoming shows at House of Blues, Las Vegas, will be his last. Jacksonville Jaguars head coach Urban Meyer is apologizing after a video showing a young woman dancing near his lap went viral. The incident occurred last week at his restaurant, Urban Meyer's Pint House, that is, in Columbus, Ohio. Meyer says he talked about it to the Jaguars players and staff.
So I explained everything that happened and owned it, and, just stupid. Should not have myself in that kind of position.
Meyer said he apologized for being a distraction. And the NBA preseason is underway. The Heat beating the Hawks at Miami, the Magic falling to the Celtics at Boston. News Time 7:29. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
It is 7:30 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie, how's it looking outside right now?
We do see an accident. It's in Martin County, Palm City area. This one on I-95 northbound at mile marker 110. No lanes are blocked from the accident. So an accident right there, northbound at Martin Highway. But traffic getting through, you're not going to see a tie-up. And there's your latest look at traffic. It's 70 in Port St. Lucie this morning. In Karlstad, Sweden, partly cloudy and 54. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the upper 60s to low 70s with a few passing clouds. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s, heat index values reaching the mid-90s. We'll see mostly sunny skies throughout the day with a 30% chance for a few passing showers, mainly inland. Tomorrow through the end of the work week, more moisture moves in and rain chances go up. Morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Highs in the upper 80s with heat index values reaching the mid to upper 90s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
This is not headline news. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger were all down for most of the day yesterday, leaving millions of Americans to press the angry button in their heads. For hours, many Facebook users had to spread totally insane conspiracy theories by text. New Kids on the Block, Salt and Peppa, Rick Astley, and En Vogue are going on a tour of retirement homes. Natalie Morales is leaving the Today Show for the talk. For cat ladies, this is like Tom Brady leaving the Patriots for the Buccaneers. And today is National Be Nice Day, or as Twitter users call it, Tuesday. This is not headline news.
From not headline news, we go to the stupid stuff.
And now it's time for Stupid News.
It's so stupid and awesome.
Where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Oh, yeah. I love when I hear the banjo. I never know what's going to play when I hit the button over here because I have 5 different versions of this.
Oh, yeah.
So I just, pick and choose something.
The banjo is always so much fun.
And this is kind of apropos because we're going to the hills of South Carolina.
Perfect.
Perfect music. Where a prominent South Carolina lawyer who found the bodies of his wife and son 3 months ago tried to arrange his own death earlier this month so his son would get a $10 million life insurance payment.
This is the one that's been making some very big news, isn't it?
But the planned fatal shot only grazed his head. Yeah.
Oh.
The shooter, Curtis Edward Smith, was charged with assisted suicide, insurance fraud, and several other counts in the shooting of Alex Murdaugh on a lonely highway in Hampton County, South Carolina, in the hills.
Oh, yeah, the Murdaugh. And this had taken place in, where is it, South or North Carolina?
South Carolina.
South Carolina, yeah.
Now, Murdaugh was not charged Tuesday night, but agents said more charges were expected. Murdaugh gave Smith the gun to kill him, and he followed Murdaugh to a deserted road, firing one shot at the lawyer as he stood in the road, but the bullet only grazed Murdaugh's head, and he was able to call 911 for help. Murdaugh's lawyer said last week his skull was fractured by the bullet,
yeah,
and Murdaugh wanted Smith to kill him so his surviving son could get $10 million in life insurance.
Yeah, and
money.
This is one of those stories where you really got to follow, and it really gets confusing because now his other son, along with the wife, had been murdered.
They're dead,
if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yeah, they're dead.
This is like a really twisting and twining, mysterious,
crazy.
And I'm sure this is what one that the ID channel too will be covering in one of those investigative discovery stories.
Crazy story.
It really is. It's a confusing one.
If you're gonna kill me, at least hit me with the damn bullet and not graze my head.
Yeah.
So my kid can get $10 million.
Yeah, it's a fascinating story.
Unbelievable. All right. It seems that something called beaning, B-E-A-N-I-N-G, beaning, is now a thing, at least in England, over where our friend Mark Hales is.
Beaning. What the heck is that?
I don't know. I don't
bean
know.
Bean me up, Scotty?
I don't know. Well, police have issued a warning to shops to watch out for children buying large quantities of canned baked beans.
Oh, that's what beaning
This
is?
is really popular in England right now.
No
Parents
kidding.
Parents are being encouraged to check their cupboards.
Is that why Mark got kicked off of Facebook? He was complaining because he has no beans?
I don't know.
Or something?
Well, beaning apparently involves children smearing baked beans onto people's driveways, doors, and
Windshields?
cars.
Oh, gosh.
And of course, filming it. The trend has its origin.
I shouldn't be laughing at this.
I think it's hilarious. The trend has its origin on TikTok, and numerous videos have been posted on social media with the hashtag Bean Bandits.
Oh, wow.
Last month, Surrey police launched an appeal after the village of Wannersh was terrorized by so-called bean bandits.
Man.
Now, I wonder if Mark Hales has ever experienced bean bandits.
Yeah, and hopefully
or beaning.
And hopefully he wouldn't get any beaning on the house. I would be concerned that the the beans, like the Van de Kamps or with the bean sauce in it, would stain my house.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
Hi.
Hey, good morning.
I'm kind of laughing at your story.
Oh, about beaning?
Yes.
Okay.
Only because there are so many different trends going out on TikTok right now.
Right.
That involve that kids are participating in. Last month, they were vandalizing bathrooms and schools and taking things like sinks and mirrors and doors and.
Yeah, exactly.
And this month, from what I've gathered off TikTok, it's slap a teacher.
Oh my gosh.
They slap a teacher and film it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is what October's TikTok challenge was.
Oh my gosh.
And they were even vandalizing and taking school supplies around here. That story was in the news. It was even happening locally here. Fascinating.
That was September's challenge.
Wow. Mark Hales in England just emailed me a link about beaning. Says it's about a month old. And it's you bean people with beans, cans of beans. That's all it is.
When you first said it, I thought they were taking the cans of beans to throw at people.
No, they dump the
thank
beans.
Goodness they're not. But
yeah, they dump the beans on people, on things.
Maybe like your windshield of your car.
Yeah.
At least that you could wash off. I would be concerned if it stains the paint on my house or something.
Yeah.
I'm seeing here about beaning a house even.
Yeah, he said he's never experienced it, but he's just heard about it over in England. So apparently Mark Hales is aware of that over in England.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I guess that gives a whole new meaning for what people need to, what the kids can do now on Halloween. You know, because usually they egg houses.
Now they can.
Now they're going to bean your house.
Or toilet paper them.
Well, all I got to say is if they come and bean one of my vehicles on Halloween or our house or anything that's tangible, they're going to have a rude awakening. Because I have a what's called a t-shirt cannon.
Yeah.
That, you know, those t-shirt cannons, you put the t-shirt in and it shoots at sporting events and things like that.
And that t-shirt can sting you pretty hard, right?
Well, it depends. I mean, they're usually launched in the air. So you know what I figure? I'm going to hide in the bushes on Halloween with the t-shirt cannon.
Yep.
And except I'm not going to put t-shirts in it. I'm going to put a couple of cans of baked beans in it. Right? And if they come and try to do anything,
a little bean squirt.
Yeah, exactly. If they try to do something to our house, oh, guess what? They're going to have a rude awakening.
Get a bean shot right in your eye, sport.
Yes,
well,
exactly.
That, and we have enough cameras.
Yeah.
And live monitoring that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They wouldn't stand a chance.
Yeah, our house is worse than Fort Knox.
Oh, wow.
We have, let me see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15 cameras in our house.
Wow, that's a record breaking.
Yeah.
But most houses nowadays, you just never know where that camera is going to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Plus our Ring doorbell.
Yeah, Ring, that's 16.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 16. Yeah, we have 16.
And with that Ring, you can really get a visual of who the face is and get the facial.
Well, but not even that. The other cameras that we have, like above the garage and like even above our front door, those are live monitored. So those catch things before the Ring doorbell catches.
Wow.
Yep. And they talk to you too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Scares the bejesus out of the delivery person.
It tells you.
Look for that little. Yeah, go ahead.
Because that's another thing I've seen on TikTok are people going up spray painting the Ring doorbell.
Oh yeah. Look for that little trick or treater that's dressed up as the can of pork and beans.
Oh, there you go. That'll be a good
up
outfit.
Your street.
That'll be a good outfit. All right, kiddo, I got to run. Have a great day at work. I will talk to you later.
Love you.
See you too. Love you. Bye. So a Maine woman called in 2 different bomb threats recently to her boyfriend's place of work last week, forcing evacuations of the building. You know why she did it?
Because he broke up with her.
No.
She's a scorned woman.
Nope.
No?
She called in the threats because she wanted to spend more time with her boyfriend.
Spend more time with him.
Yeah, so she figured if she calls in the bomb threats, that he can just simply come home.
He's going to say, what a nice lady. Now, since you bomb threatened us, I want to spend more time with you, lovely lady.
Well, guess what? That didn't work, and she wound up going to jail. So they're spending more time together, all right.
Yeah.
With a plate glass in front of them, between the two of them, so they can talk to each other through a telephone.
Wow.
Because she went to jail for doing that.
Yeah.
So don't call in any bomb threats if you want to spend time with your spouse because they're at work. Just ask them to take a vacation day.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Otherwise, it'll be a stink bomb and you'll be spending time in jail.
Thank you very much. 7:45 right now. Stink bombs are awful, by the way.
That's a nice follow-up to our beaning story.
Yeah, exactly.
The beans led to a
Have
stink
you ever
bomb.
smelt a real stink bomb before in real life?
No.
They're awful.
What?
I used to do that when I was younger. I used to throw stink bombs.
Really?
Oh, yeah. The people do them 4th of July.
There is one?
Oh, yeah. They're nasty.
It's just like a stink bomb firecracker.
It's worse
or
than eating
something?
10 cans of bean and blowing smoke out your behind.
I don't think I've ever witnessed one.
Oh, yeah. It's nasty.
Holy gosh.
Yeah. All right, let's go to news right now. News that doesn't stink for you right now. Bonnie's at the news desk. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Here's Bonnie with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Some families who rely on Facebook's platforms as a way to communicate with loved ones living overseas are grateful to see the app is back up and running. WPTV's Derek Lowe has the story on what
While little
happened.
is known about how this outage happened today, many families were using these platforms to rely, and they say that there is now a significant sense of relief now that they're back up and running. Inside Renato's in Josephine's Brick Oven Pizza and Cafe.
We've been talking for many years now since WhatsApp started. It was the best thing ever happened to us.
Josephina Myra uses WhatsApp to communicate with loved ones located across Europe every day. The app allows for international video and audio messaging free of charge.
I have some in Germany, some in Malta, Belgium, which is, Ireland. It's a mixture everywhere. It's actually a lot of fun because we feel like we never left each other.
On Monday, that communication was cut off. Facebook and the companies it owns, Instagram and WhatsApp, shut down for hours. It's the longest outage in the platform's history.
All the messages that I sent early, I can see now they all went through. And some already answer me, some not. Yeah, it's nice to have back.
Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp services were restored between 6 and 7 p.m.
I know Latinos, Hispanics, Europeans, Jamaicans. I have friends from Jamaica and Haiti. That's how we all communicate with our families. They all have WhatsApp. The only ones that is not familiar with the app, believe it or not, most are Americans.
And Facebook has yet to release a statement on what caused this global shortage that lasted roughly about 7 hours. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, though, did take to Twitter this afternoon, reminding residents that the social media outage is not a reason to call 911. Live in Port St. Lucie tonight, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
A foundation set up in Gabby Petito's honor is up and running. Her parents established the foundation to raise money to help families of missing children. Gabby disappeared and was later found dead after going on a cross-country trip with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie of Northport. He remains missing. The city is moving forward with a mobility fee despite the county threatening to sue because the law was approved without its consent. The two local governments are in the midst of resolving the conflict. The Port St. Lucie City Council unanimously approved the law Monday, just 2 weeks after the St. Lucie County Commission gave the green light to file a lawsuit. As of Monday, the county has not yet filed a lawsuit against the city, according to court records. The mobility fee, a concept recommended by Port St. Lucie's Budget Advisory Committee more than a year ago, will go into effect today and require would-be developers pay a fee to lessen transportation impacts. The mobility fee will replace the city's impact fees. Now, rather than the city building roads with impact fees collected from developers, the mobility fee can be spent on things such as additional turn lanes, sidewalks, bike lanes, according to city manager Russ Blackburn. Port St. Lucie claims that lessening traffic impacts from new development extends beyond city roads to some county roads and even state roads. However, inclusion of roads that aren't within the city's jurisdiction in a mobility plan is the main reason why the county may sue Port St. Lucie. While the two jurisdictions argue over the best course of action, the next step is a joint meeting between the Port St. Lucie City Council and the St. Lucie County Commission, tentatively set for November 18. The investigation continues into this past weekend's violent triple homicide in Polk County. Sheriff Grady Judd says that after Sean Runyon got into an argument with his supervisor, Kevin Lanous, at a job site Friday, he attacked him the next day with a baseball bat.
Kevin was hit so hard and so many times that, thank God, he wasn't aware of what was occurring to him.
Judd says Lanous and the other two victims, all from out of state, were good men just here to do a job to support their families and their children. There is another delay in the battery trial of the confessed Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High shooter. Broward County Judge Elizabeth Shearer said preliminary questioning of potential jurors would be postponed from yesterday until today and tomorrow. And lastly, Port Canaveral is back. That's what CEO John Murray said as he predicted the port will generate almost $100 million in revenue over the next 12 months. Murray said Port Canaveral had 16 straight months of losses before cruises resumed sailing at the end of July. Major League Baseball drew 45.3 million fans this year as fans gradually were allowed to return down from 68.5 million over 2019 in the last season before the coronavirus pandemic. The Dodgers led the major leagues in home attendance at 2.8 million. They did not start selling at full capacity until games in mid-June. The Yankees drew 1.96 million, Boston 1.7, and the Mets 1.5 million in Stephen Cohen's first season as owner. News time is 7:51. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
7:52 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie, what's going on outside this morning?
Well, Evan, we do see one accident. This is I-95 southbound in Palm City. This is at mile marker 110. And there's that accident. There's no slowdowns or tie-up, but also in that area, use some caution this morning as there's a prescribed burn going on in that area as well. So an accident is at mile marker 110 I-95 southbound with smoke in the area. Use caution. That's your latest look at traffic. And we have 70 right now in Port St. Lucie, and it's cloudy, it's raining in Guadalajara, Mexico, and 62. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the upper 60s to low 70s with a few passing clouds. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s, heat index values reaching the mid 90s. We'll see mostly sunny skies throughout the day with a 30% chance for a few passing showers, mainly inland. Tomorrow through the end of the work week, more moisture moves in and rain chances go up. Morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Highs in the upper 80s with heat index values reaching the mid to upper 90s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. It's October the 5th, 2021.
It would be nice if you said thank you and helped me with the dishes.
I'll help you with the dishes. Just give me the towel to dry as well.
What do you do for fun?
I do a lot of good things for fun.
Shut it down.
I'm not shutting anything down because I have things to do, okay? It is 8:07. Mr. Clock, would you certify the time?
It's now 8:07 a.m.
Oh, boy. He's back. That's right, Bonnie. He's back.
Sounds like a job for the major.
It does. This sounds like a job for Major John Budenseek. Good morning, John.
It's good to be back. Good morning.
How'd you like that intro?
It's typical Evan style right there. Yes.
Well, you deserve it.
And we are glad to have you back.
Yeah, we missed you.
Yes.
Well, likewise. Good to be back. How have you all been?
Good. Life is good. Life is great. Bonnie and I are vertical.
And
we're breathing.
We're very busy.
Yeah.
So no complaints there.
So I have a question. I have to ask this, and I should have asked you this off air, but I'm just going to ask you on air because, Tricia sent me the talking points this morning, and she wrote, Chief Budenseek. Is there something I need to know here? Because I always know you as Major John Budenseek.
For as connected to the news as you are, I've been the chief deputy for about 3 months. So I've just been letting you call me Major for 3 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Okay, so the studio audience has a round of applause. Congratulations. I wish you would have told us. We would have made some chutzpah over this for you.
How does that look? I come on air and posture that I've got a new position. Unfortunately, my boss, Chief Deputy Seaman, Robert Seaman, who's been one of the lifelines of the sheriff's office, he retired, and he much deserved retirement, but he moved on, and just wanted to take a step back and not have that pressure. And I say unfortunately because he was a big player at the sheriff's office. So I'm trying to fill big shoes.
Mm-hmm.
He did a great job for a long time.
So chief deputy means that you are right directly under the sheriff, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's kind of like my friend was chief deputy down in Palm Beach County, Mike Gogger. I'm sure you know who he is.
I do. I know him. He's a great guy. Yeah.
Super, one of my dearest friends of the family. Super nice guy, big advocate for my daughter. And wow, boy, you have a big set of shoes to fill now. My gosh.
I do. Like I say, he was a big player. Chief Seaman had been around since Sheriff Holt.
Mm-hmm.
He worked for 3 different sheriffs. He had more institutional knowledge than I believe anyone in or around the sheriff's office.
Mm-hmm.
And he was able to retain it and pull it out whenever needed. So I still have him on speed dial. Thank God.
And you said he's been around since Sheriff who now?
He was hired in the 1980s by Sheriff Holt.
Wow.
Sheriff Hope?
And yes, worked for Sheriff Holt until Sheriff Holt passed away in 1992.
Wow.
And at which point Sheriff Crowder had won. Sheriff Crowder then was sheriff for 20 years.
Yep, because Sheriff Crowder is the one that I remember before Sheriff Snyder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And
that's
then,
that's a long time.
Yeah. He was in the saddle for a really long time, but really helped all 3 sheriffs in their administration move it in the right direction, keep us on track. He implemented accreditation. He helped modernize all 3 administrations. Big lifts. He's very good at it, though.
Uh-huh.
So we miss him, but congratulations to him all in the same breath.
Well, I guess, excuse me, I guess a lunch is in order. I got to take you out for some wings or something to celebrate your promotion there. Congratulations.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Lunch is on me on that one. As soon as I get off this diet in 2 weeks, definitely.
No, he's going to give you some of his Nutrisystem.
No. He don't
Share
want
some
none
of that.
He doesn't want none of my Nutrisystem. He's a wing guy. He likes wings.
I've never diet wings, Bonnie. No diet wings.
No
diet wings. He's a wingman. Do you like your wings? Do you eat hot and spicy or mild or barbecue?
I'm a mild or barbecue guy.
He's a mild kind of guy.
And what about diet ranch?
No.
Got to have that
straight up ranch.
Full ranch flavor, huh?
Yep.
All right, let's get into our topic this morning. Catalytic converters. Wow, there's a large case going on right now involving catalytic converters. Let us know about what's going on.
There is. It's been probably 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
We're hit real hard out at the industrial park on 42nd Avenue in Palm City.
Mm-hmm.
I think we took 12 police reports of catalytic converters being stolen from underneath the car, which if you don't know what they are, I'm not a mechanic like you, Evan, but they're part of the exhaust system. And on the bigger trucks, which is where a lot of those came off, some of those things run about $9,000 a piece to replace, because they're taking not just the converter, but they're taking that whole system for your exhaust underneath your vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
That particular crime spree, we know based on 12 police reports that he got 12. Our guys went to work and identified who it was. He was a fugitive out of Texas. Him and his partner were fugitives out of Texas, living in Okeechobee and traveling all around South Florida, cutting catalytic converters off the cars. And in catalytic converters, I know there's some precious metals. We assumed that they were just getting them for the precious metals and then scrapping them for that. But it looks like these guys were actually, in fact, when we did arrest them, they confessed to targeting specific catalytic converters so they could be stolen and then turned around and sold to actually be put back on the car holistically.
How many were they?
Wow.
How many were they able to steal?
Well, it's amazing how fast they work. So we know, like I said, we had 12 police reports. When we arrested the one defendant, he said he stole 16 out there off of 42nd Avenue, and the value of that is between $40,000 and $50,000 based on the time that they got there. Our guys set up, once we figured out who it was, we did what we do. We set up surveillance. They were followed into Martin County. They came into the Hope Sound area last week. We thought they were going to hit down there, but they didn't. They came up to Osprey Street, got gas, turned right around, drove to Jupiter, to an industrial park down there on Park Street, at which point the one man that you saw on our Facebook was operating solo. His buddy had already been arrested down in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
He was operating solo. He took 5 catalytic converters out of that industrial park.
Man.
Now, are these catalytic converters being taken off of mostly trucks or automobiles as well?
It's both. What we experienced was larger trucks, and our guy kind of laughed. He's like, look at me, I'm 300 pounds. I can't crawl under the smaller cars. But we also did lose 1 or 2 from the car lots here off of the here in the city of Stewart, where they knew what they were looking for and crawled up underneath the car and cut those off.
So are they doing these like in the middle of the night and stuff when it's dark out?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when our guys were doing surveillance, of course, our new helicopter was up, flying, watching them. They had no idea. He crawled underneath 5 different trucks, and he was in and out of there in less than 10 minutes. It's amazing how fast they're in and out. He crawls under with a sawzall. He knows right where to go and cuts them, and then leaves. And then we followed him out. He came back into Indian Town, at which point we had a little present for him there and took him into custody. And he confessed and was somewhat proud of his skills and expertise and how he operated. So he told us all about it.
Oh, he really said it quite proudly. Oh my word.
Yep.
But I'm glad you caught him. And, I'm thinking of, like Evan got his vehicle damaged right out here. I'm thinking of the people, getting these expensive units stolen from their vehicles, and just the time and the money, and waiting for the vehicle to get right, or what they got to do to fix it, or maybe have to get a new one even.
It's a huge deal. I mean, they're expensive to start with. So you're dealing with your insurance, and right now is a terrible time to replace anything because parts and seems like everything is hard to get. And then, these are businesses. This is the backbone of Martin County out there, our industrial parks. These are work trucks. Have your work fleet down for an extended period of time. That's a whole other revenue costing issue that they have to deal with. It's a big deal.
Wow. That's amazing.
Certainly so. Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of wow. I just, and these guys are quick. They get in and out like and from what I can recall, John, didn't we talk about this once before a while back? There was a problem with theft of catalytic converters once before.
We did. We arrested that group of people also. They were same thing. They were targeting like F-350 trucks. That was their go-to. F-350, some of the bigger Dodges, and same thing. They were calling under there. I have a friend that personally, owns a roofing company. He got hit. Replacement cost was $9,000 for his catalytic converter and DEF system there.
Any thefts or damages going on with the boats in our area? Has that kind of simmered down a little bit?
We had he was a friend of mine, unfortunately. We had a boat stolen out of the pocket in August. Never to be seen again. Really nice boat. Probably a targeted boat. It was sitting on a lift in the manatee pocket. And when the gentleman came down to check on his boat, the boat was gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Without a trace. Didn't seem to hit a camera. Unfortunately, haven't gotten really anywhere on that.
Huh.
Other than that boat, surprisingly, knock on wood, it's been quiet on the marine front. And we've kind of made it through the summer months when it's normally a hot commodity, boats are.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Our special guest has been Chief Deputy John Budenseek. I hope I got that right.
Chief Deputy yes.
John Budenseek with Martin County Sheriff's Office. He appears regularly on the program on Tuesdays in place of Sheriff William Snyder when the sheriff cannot be here due to whatever business he is tending to. By the way, how is the sheriff doing these days? How's the ankle doing?
We're keeping him off of motorcycles and dirt bikes.
Okay,
and the ankle's going well. He's moving around. From what I see, he's moving around fine. I see him in the gym moving around like nothing ever happened. So we have to collectively watch out for him, make sure his next hobby is not skydiving or drag racing or something.
We want to keep him 10-8 all the time, don't we?
Exactly. But he's going very good.
All right, very good. That's always a good thing to hear. All right, John, listen, again, congratulations on the promotion. One of these days in the next 2 weeks, we'll get together. Lunch is on me. We'll go out and get some wings wherever you want to go. And we'll shoot the gab, definitely.
Thank you all. Much appreciated.
All right. Listen, take care, and always a pleasure to have you on.
Absolutely.
Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you real soon. It's time for the Precious Metals Report, and it's brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold will be opening up this morning as soon as it loads on my little handy-dandy gold machine here. Gold opening up at $1,759.30 an ounce. Silver opening up $22.54 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. 8:21 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. Let's head over to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. The number of patients hospitalized with COVID-19 in Cleveland Clinic hospitals on the Treasure Coast continues to decline, with amounts dipping to levels experienced in early July, according to a top official Monday. On Monday, there were 59 total COVID patients at 3 of the 4 Cleveland Clinic hospitals on the Treasure Coast, according to Dr. Richard Rothman, Institute Chair for Hospital Medicine for Cleveland Clinic, Florida region. That's down from 148 on September 20th and 220 on September 8th. Since 1979, a volunteer ambulance service has been helping seniors on the Treasure Coast and those without a ride in need of medical help. But the service is running out of gas and now needs the community's help. WPTV's Ryan Hughes with the story.
It's been a staple in Port St. Lucie.
This is our striker where we transport patients to and from their house or hospital.
For more than 4 decades, the Port St. Lucie Volunteer Ambulance Service has been helping people being discharged from the hospital or driving them to a doctor's appointment if they didn't have a ride. But this rig has been sitting parked inside headquarters for the past 2 months.
I miss my patients.
Jasmine Santos is a volunteer driver, unable to help her patients because the service is running out of money.
It would be devastating to them because financially you can't. Some of the other services in the area charge a lot of money.
But this ambulance service is free, run by volunteers, and operates solely off of donations. Since COVID, patients have been using the service even more, but those donations have come to a screeching halt.
If we do not get support within the next month, we're done. The service is going to be closing.
Now, Chief Tina Vasquez is pleading for the public's help to keep the service that's been a lifeline for so many in this community running and to prevent these doors from closing for good.
Without us to help those that need us the most, they're going to be lost. And unfortunately, they're going to be not able to get to where they need to go. And if they do get there, it's going to be in a way that they can't afford.
The chief says the volunteer ambulance service needs about $50,000 to survive through the end of the year. If you would like to help donate, we put more information on our website, WPTV.com. In Port St. Lucie, Ryan Hughes, WPTV.
A surprising announcement from the governor. His wife is battling a serious health issue. Rory O'Neill reports.
Governor DeSantis putting out a statement saying that he is saddened to report that his wife, Casey, has been diagnosed with breast cancer. A mother of 3, the governor called his wife the centerpiece of their family, who is now facing the most difficult test of her life. Details about the treatments Mrs. DeSantis may undergo have not been disclosed. The governor called his wife a true fighter who will never, never, never give up. I'm Rory O'Neill.
St. Lucie County firefighters have a home field advantage defending their World Championship title this year. The 2021 Firefighter Combat Challenge Finals, dubbed the toughest 2 minutes in sports by ESPN, will be held in Fort Pierce November 2nd through the 6th at the Manatee Observation and Education Center on Indian River Drive. Last year, St. Lucie County Fire District officials Brian Reeby, Kevin Riley, Caden Wilson, Matt Coney, and Dante Hill placed first in the team category. The group's average course completion time was about 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The course is a bear in itself, but if you're able to sleep in your own bed every night, it's definitely a competitive advantage, said Coney, the team's co-captain. The challenge is divided into 5 events that participants, either individually, in a tandem, or a relay team, must finish as quickly as possible wearing full bunker gear and an air pack weighing a total of about 50 pounds. Lastly, Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th, and though September is the most active month of the season, the potential for dangerous hurricanes to make landfall in Florida continues through October. There have already been 20 named storms this year, leaving only Wanda before we move to an alternate list of names. The most named storms in a single season happened just last year with a record high 30 named storms in 2020. 14 of those were hurricanes, with 4 of them appearing during the month of October. NFL last night, we had the Los Angeles Chargers winning. They topped Las Vegas Raiders 28-14. Also in the NFL, Jaguars coach Urban Meyer said Monday he apologized to his team, his family, and owner Shad Khan after a viral video surfaced over the weekend that showed a young woman dancing close to his lap at his restaurant in Columbus, Ohio. Meyer, age 57, apologized in a team meeting on Monday and also said multiple times it was stupid to put himself in such a compromising position last Friday, one day after the Jaguars' 24-21 loss at Cincinnati. News time is 8:27, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
It is 8:28 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie, how's it looking outside so far?
We do have an accident, and this one is on I-95 northbound in the area of Palm City. It's at mile marker 110. No lanes are blocked from that accident, so traffic at least getting through in that area. St. Lucie County, as we look at the roadways there, everything looking so far so good on their major highways. Roadways in the Port St. Lucie area looking fine. There's your latest look at traffic. Palm City, we're at 73, and it's 70 in Port St. Lucie. Here's more on our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the upper 60s to low 70s with a few passing clouds. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s, heat index values reaching the mid 90s. We'll see mostly sunny skies throughout the day with a 30% chance for a few passing showers, mainly inland. Tomorrow through the end of the work week, more moisture moves in and rain chances go up. Morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Highs in the upper 80s with heat index values reaching the mid to upper 90s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:32 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the Daily Space Report with the captain of the ship, the one and only Captain Randy Siegel, has now left the launch pad. Take it away, Captain Siegel.
Aye, aye, sir. Well, it was on this date in history that Shuttle Challenger lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center, carrying a bunch of astronauts to the International Space Station. And included in this crew were the first 2 women crew to fly to the space station. Those women who were on board were Sally Ride as well as Kathy Sullivan. They were the first time that 2 women have been launched to the space station. They also launched the first Canadian into space, and that was Mark Garneau, who is now part of the government in Canada. So it's a highly successful mission. Speaking about successful missions, right this minute, the Soyuz spacecraft carrying 2 space flight participants and 1 seasoned cosmonaut have docked to the International. The Soyuz commander and the crew launched at 4:55 a.m. this morning and reached the space station about an hour ago. Commander Anton Sheplerev is flying with spaceflight participants Klim Shapenko and Yulia Parasold, who will produce a movie on board the International Space Station. But there was drama going to the station. The automatic docking procedure that normally occurs did not happen. There was apparently a flaw that created a problem, and Sheplerev had to fly the spacecraft manually for the docking. So while you have a movie that's being produced on board about fly up a medical individual to tend to an ailing cosmonaut on the space station, you had real life drama getting there. So current latches have been engaged finally, and they'll now be pulled into the station fully. They'll wait for the motions to dampen out, and about an hour from now, they'll board the space station, roughly. Yesterday also saw the command change from Commander Akihiko Hoshide to Thomas Pasqua from the European Space Agency. So you have new people on board the station. You also have learned that the International Space Station has about 250 technical problems currently on board. Things from troubles on board the station. A second toilet is being installed on the space station for the astronauts for them to do so. So a little bit of problems taking place, but nothing that cannot be overcome. This comes at a time when Captain James T. Kirk is getting ready to fly next week to the Blue Origin's port and then be launched on a suborbital space flight. Yep, William Shatner will become the oldest person to fly above the 50-mile mark when he flies on the Blue Origin spacecraft with Audrey Powers, who is Blue Origin's Vice President of Mission and Flight Operations, and they'll be joined by 2 other crewmates, Chris Borshev and Glenn DeVries. They will launch on October 12th on their suborbital space flight. And as I said, Kirk or Shatner will become the oldest person to ever fly in space at age 90. Russia is saying that they are concerned about their spacecraft, and there is still some concern about a new manipulator arm. There's a new manipulator arm that's scheduled to fly to the International Space Station, but while it's being checked out in Russia, they're finding that there's a lot of problems with the software as well as the hardware. This new arm will be attached to the current Zvezda module, move astronauts around as well as payloads. However, the problems have got to be solved first. China is saying that they're getting ready in early November to return their Zhaiyang rover to operation. Currently, it is in hibernation due to the fact that the sun is in a different position, not allowing it to be recharged on the far side of the planet. So as a result, it's just sitting there. But shortly, it'll get back into operation. The head of Russia's Roscosmos has said that he's a little bit concerned that Russia is lagging behind in its lunar program. They're saying, according to Alexander Shurgrev, that Russia has to start gearing up to sending more probes to the moon and eventually cosmonauts back to the moon. We'll see if their money holds out, because that seems to be one of the main pacing items. Not to mention a new crew module named Eagle, which has been in years developing, but still has yet to take off, even on a test flight. So Russia continues to have problems with that. We're also learning, thanks to a whistleblower, that Blue Origins apparently has a very toxic culture that they believe starts with Jeff Bezos. They're saying that he is sexist, and as a result, things that are happening at Blue Origin can be traced back to its founder, Jeff Bezos. It's unfortunate because Bezos has done so much with space and is now concentrating more about space than his Amazon company. And now they're saying that they're in trouble. Many of their top scientists and a lot of the people that are working for Blue Origins have exited the company because they believe that the workforce is not doing optimal work that they need to have done. The European and Japanese probe that is headed around the planet Mercury has now sent back some phenomenal pictures of the planet. It is showing a lot of the craters there in greater detail as it continues to move on. The Giuseppe Bepi Colombo spacecraft has been in orbit now since 1974 and has yielded a lot of data. They expect that the spacecraft will now reach another orbit of Mercury in 2015. So we'll see more about a planet whose temperature exceeds 350 degrees Celsius, or about 660 degrees Fahrenheit, awfully close to the sun. SpaceX has snagged another launch contract, this one from Ariane Space, after 2 of their Vega rockets had failed. As a result, companies are jumping ship from the European Union and the European Space Agency and moving over to SpaceX. This gives SpaceX a whole lot more money. South Korea says their Air Force has launched an operations center in order to work on space awareness. Tomorrow we'll tell you about the conclusion of the docking of that Soyuz spacecraft, as well as what happened with the Inspiration 4 crew members. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report. He's on the program each and every weekday at this time, giving us the latest and greatest, all things pertaining to NASA. It is 8:43 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Let's head over to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Some families who rely on Facebook's platforms as a way to communicate with loved ones living overseas are grateful to see the app is back up and running.
While little is known about how this outage happened today, many families were using these platforms to rely, and they say that there is now a significant sense of relief now that they're back up and running. Inside Renato's in Josephine's Brick Oven Pizza and Cafe.
We've been talking for many years now since WhatsApp started. It was the best thing ever happened to us.
Josephina Myra uses WhatsApp to communicate with loved ones located across Europe every day. The app allows for international video and audio messaging free of charge.
I have some in Germany, some in Malta, Belgium, which is Ireland. It's a mixture everywhere. It's actually a lot of fun because we feel like we never left each other.
On Monday, that communication was cut off. Facebook and the companies it owns, Instagram and WhatsApp, shut down for hours. It's the longest outage in the platform's history.
All the messages that I sent early, I can see now they all went through. And some already answer me, some not. Yeah, it's nice to have back.
Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp services were restored between 6 and 7 p.m.
I know Latinos, Hispanics, Europeans, Jamaicans. I have friends from Jamaica and Haiti. That's how we all communicate with our families. They all have WhatsApp. The only ones that is not familiar with the app, believe it or not, most are Americans.
And Facebook has yet to release a statement on what caused this global shortage that lasted roughly about 7 hours. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, though, did take to Twitter this afternoon, reminding residents that the social media outage is not a reason to call 911. Live in Port St. Lucie tonight, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
The number of Floridians receiving coronavirus shots climbed more slowly in the past week than at any time since late December. An analysis of state data shows the state added just 85,026 more residents to Florida's COVID-19 inoculation count in the past 7 days. A health department report published Friday says that's the smallest increase since December 28th, the second week of statewide coronavirus immunization reporting. In total, 13,621,499 Florida residents have gotten at least one vaccine dose, covering 71% of the eligible population, ages 12 and older, state health officials reported. Jensen Beach Park has reopened after a shark bit and injured a man in the water Sunday. More than a dozen people were at the beach and several were in the ocean Monday morning. The entire beach is open to the public, stated Martin County spokeswoman Martha Ann Canese. The beach closed Sunday after a person was bitten by a shark around noon. Martin County Fire Rescue responded to the beach Sunday and took the person to a local hospital. Fire Rescue Bureau Chief Brian Reagan said no other information about the person who was bitten or the extent of his or her injuries was available Monday. Since 1979, a volunteer ambulance been helping seniors on the Treasure Coast and those without a ride in need of medical help, but the service is running out of gas and now needs the community's help. WPTV's Ryan Hughes with the story.
It's been a staple in Port St. Lucie.
This is our striker where we transport patients to and from their house or hospital.
For more than 4 decades, the Port St. Lucie Volunteer Ambulance Service has been helping people being discharged from the hospital or driving them to a doctor's appointment if they didn't have a ride. But this rig has been sitting parked inside headquarters for the past 2 months.
I miss my patients.
Jasmine Santos is a volunteer driver, unable to help her patients because the service is running out of money.
It would be devastating to them because financially you can't. Some of the other services in the area charge a lot of money.
But this ambulance service is free, run by volunteers, and operates solely off of donations. Since COVID, patients have been using the service even more, but those donations have come to a screeching halt.
If we do not get support within the next month, we're done. The service is going to be closing.
Now, Chief Tina Vasquez is pleading for the public's help to keep the service that's been a lifeline for so many in this community running and to prevent these doors from closing for good.
Without us to help those that need us the most, they're going to be lost. And unfortunately, they're going to be not able to get to where they need to go. And if they do get there, it's going to be in a way that they can't afford.
The chief says the volunteer ambulance service needs about $50,000 to survive through the end of the year. If you would like to help donate, we put more information on our website, WPTV.com. In Port St. Lucie, Ryan Hughes, WPTV.
The investigation continues into this past weekend's violent triple homicide in Polk County. Sheriff Grady Judd says that after Sean Runyon got into an argument with his supervisor, Kevin Lanous, at a job site Friday, he attacked him the next day with a baseball bat.
Kevin was hit so hard and so many times that, thank God, he wasn't aware of what was occurring to him.
Judd says Lanous and the other two victims, all from out of state, were good men just here to do a job to support their families and children. Port Canaveral is back. That's what CEO John Murray said, as he predicted the port will generate almost $100 million in revenue over the next 12 months. Murray said Port Canaveral had 16 straight months of losses before cruises resumed sailing at the end of July. And lastly, David Lee Roth announced he will be retiring from music. The former lead singer of Van Halen, age 66, revealed the news in a Las Vegas Review-Journal article Friday, saying he is throwing in the shoes and stepping back from his prolific music career. Roth added that his 5 upcoming shows at House of Blues Las Vegas will be his last. Luis Rojas was let go as manager of the New York Mets on Monday after 2 losing seasons. The team declined his option on Rojas's contract for 2022, making the announcement a day after finishing third in the NL East at 77 and 85 in Steve Cohen's first year of ownership. The move was no surprise, the first of several significant changes coming again this offseason. Our news time is 8:50. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
8:52 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. One final look outside. Here's Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. And, we're not finding any accidents to report. Just as for now, keep in mind there's a prescribed burn going on in the area of I-95 southbound around mile marker 110 in Palm City. So you're going to run into some smoke in that area with the brush fire, and just use some caution. Otherwise, like I said, no accidents to report. There's your latest look at traffic. And we have 75. It's partly cloudy in Jensen Beach this morning. In Bremen, Germany, showers in 58. Here's more on our forecast at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the upper 60s to low 70s with a few passing clouds. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s, heat index values reaching the mid-90s. We'll see mostly sunny skies throughout the day with a 30% chance for a few passing showers, mainly inland. Tomorrow through the end of the work week, more moisture moves in and rain chances go up. Morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Highs in the upper 80s with heat index values reaching the mid to upper 90s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Hi, I'm Brandon Phillips, Quality Control Manager at Facebook and Instagram. Many of you may have felt scared and stressed yesterday when we were down for 6 hours. Well, we're back and your lives are back to normal. That's right, endlessly stalking ex-boyfriends and girlfriends you haven't spoken to for years. It's back. Tracking how many likes you got on that weird Minions meme you put up, it's here to stay. And posting every meal you've ever had that features even a slice of avocado has returned back to your life to help make you feel whole again. Whoa, I was starting to actually feel genuine emotion there. All right, time for a quick Instagram selfie. All right, that feels better.
There you go. So, boy, everybody was crippled yesterday because of Facebook, Bonnie.
Yeah, I guess so. And, I didn't even miss it, Evan, because I wasn't on Facebook at all yesterday, I don't think.
Yeah,
I really wasn't on it.
I'll be very honest with you. It affected me. That's just me because of my everyday business.
Sure.
So
people couldn't reach you, right?
No.
Or you couldn't see what maybe they were reaching out to you, but you couldn't see what they were reaching out for.
No, it affected me.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. It definitely affected me without a doubt.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm just changing some things because I have to alter the 9 a.m. hour there. So I'm doing multitasking here. My apologies.
when Rachel called earlier, I forgot to wish her a happy Teacher's Day.
Oh,
her being a teacher.
That's
and
all right.
everything.
You could do it tomorrow. I'm sure she'll call in tomorrow to the show. She usually calls every day with something to say.
But I have to do it today. It's National Teacher's Day today.
All
so
right, well,
tomorrow will be
I'll
too late.
Give you her phone number. You can send her a text message. How's that? That'll work.
Maybe she's getting in on some of the teacher discounts, might be in some places.
Anything
to take advantage
is possible. Anything's possible. Boy, today blew by quick.
It did.
It really, truly did.
Every day is going to fly by until my little break that's coming up, I guess, starting on October 29th.
Yeah.
When I get to go to SeaWorld and maybe
Yay.
Aquatica.
Yay.
It's my first time at SeaWorld.
Really?
So,
You've never been to SeaWorld? You'll like it.
No, I've been to Universal before.
All
I
right.
really enjoyed Universal with Harry Potter, and I like the Spider-Man ride.
Okay. All right.
So I kind of wish we were going there, but it's always great to see something
right.
new and fascinating.
Well, you know what? You're going to have a great time at SeaWorld. The dolphin and otter show, or the sea lion and otter show is very funny.
Yeah.
It's all the shows now are educational too, by the way.
Mhm.
Excuse me. Frog in my throat. Ribbit. They're all educational now.
Yeah.
So anyway, hey, listen, if you have good values on the inside, you won't look for validation on the outside.
Yeah, take care. Stay productive on this Tuesday. We'll catch you tomorrow.
That's right. Be back in about 21 hours right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. Here comes the news.